This year I'm turning 23 years of age and I'm gonna create a challenge for myself. I'm gonna give myself until my birthday to create one of my favorite anime fights in Dragon Ball history, and that is the fight with Goku and Vegeta. And technically, I have made this video before. Well, 3 years ago. Back when I didn't have a lot of experience in animating or anything for the matter. What you're looking at is what I knew. That was green screen, copy and paste effects, assets, terrible hair simulations, just literally 2 weeks of effort. Now I'm taking the God-given knowledge that I have and I'm giving myself 5 months to do it again, completely CGI, and we're gonna see if it was worth it or a waste of time. Either way, this will be the longest time I've ever spent on any video, so I plan on putting as much detail and as much effort into it as possible with the time I'm giving myself. So without further ado, let's get started. After my previous video, I spent a couple days developing a decent storyboard as far as how I wanted this fight to play out. And it turned out to be pretty straightforward. Basically, I want Goku and Vegeta to push each other past their limitations in this one fight. Goku and Vegeta clash and throw hands for a few seconds. Goku gets some good hits in, Vegeta gets some good hits in. The fight gets more wild, both characters use more power as the fight progresses. Goku starts to lock in with the Kaioken ×3 attack. Vegeta rages and tries to destroy the Earth with his Gallic gun, and then Goku turns it into a beam struggle using his Kamehameha, leading this video to a special twist at the end that you have to wait until the end to see. First, we have to create the environment. I had ChatGPT give me some references to create my environment, which was basically Rocky Mountains and dirt in a sunset, or at least that's how I thought it in my mind. So I spent hours creating the most realistic Rocky Mountain without destroying my PC too much, and this is what I was left with. Cool, now for the characters. Luckily for me, I have my Goku character already because, well, if you saw my last video, pretty straightforward, right? I just need Vegeta. Now, when I made this video 3 years ago, I had just cloned myself. This time, I'm gonna give someone an opportunity to be in the video. So excuse me while I make a few calls. Hello? Hey, what's up, man? You trying to be in a video? Shoot, it depends how much you paying. I don't really have an offer. I wasn't really planning on paying. Maybe 50? 50 bands? Oh, say less. You got yourself a Vegeta. Wait, no! Oh no, I don't have 50 bands! Okay, cool, we found our Vegeta. Alright, this is Jay the Kaze. He's a full-time Dragon Ball fan just like me, and we both think Vegeta solos the series, so bro is perfect for the role, no questions asked. I told him all he has to do is send me a 3D scan of his face and I'll do the rest. Pretty easy, right? So I imported his face inside of Blender, cut out the important parts, went inside of Unreal Engine, and we have the metahuman. Now for the Saiyan armor. Now, I'm not that good at making clothes, so I'm just gonna waste my money on pre-made clothing that I found online. Now for the fun part, making the hair. I've actually gotten a lot better at sculpting hair inside of Blender. Literally only took me like an hour and a half to make. And here it is. No, this looks trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me try it again. Hold on. Much better, much better, much better. I thought about giving him a scouter. I was gonna give bro a tail, and I would if I wasn't giving myself 5 months to make this video. That would be more rigging for me, so yeah, sorry Jay. Maybe next time. Alright, we are ready for the animations. So I studied long and hard as far as what choreography I'm gonna need to make this video possible, and it's gonna require a lot of moving around, a lot of movements, hence a lot of animating. So I need a way to make these animations possible in 4 months or I'm in trouble. If you remember from my last video, it took me an entire day just to make a walk animation. Mostly because it was my first time, but you see the predicament I'm in, right? I already checked Mixamo and they don't have the animations that I want, so excuse me while I do some research. I will be right back.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I've got an idea. We're gonna use, watch this y'all, watch this. We're gonna use AI. What you think? What does AI stand for? It definitely doesn't stand for artificial intelligence. That would be crazy. AI stands for animate instantly.
What?
Shut up. So there's this website called Wonder Studio that takes the movement from a subject in a video. It studies the movement and makes it into an animation with its own metahuman rigs and everything. So I took my camera and did some cardio. I spent 4 hours making like 20 different animation references, including punches, jumps, charges, different poses that I would need. And then I took a 1 hour nap. Then I threw them inside of Wonder Studio, imported them inside of Unreal Engine, and these are the animations I was left with. Not too shabby, not perfect, but not too shabby. Mistakes can be fixed in time. To have a perfect video is you have to stay organized. To keep myself from being overwhelmed with shots to make for this video, I focused on making all the shots I was gonna need for my project. I didn't worry about clothing, simulations, effects, none of that yet. Doing this just keeps me ahead of the game, and all I have to do is tweak a few things, like tweak the animations and such, and add my effects, and then I'm pretty much done. At least after that, I'm done with Blender. And after I did this, after I saw the shots that I was going to be having, I instantly started doubting myself. The intrusive thoughts started kicking in. It was like, there's no way I can do this. I need to scratch this prod. Believe in thyself. So I started on the easiest shot of the project. That's literally the class shot. It's just some camera work, nothing too crazy, some smoke, explosions, a little turbulence here and there, and that's pretty much it. Pretty easy. The idea came from a game, and y'all are gonna snuff me for using it. It was Ultimate Tenkaichi. Alright, I know, that rock, paper, scissors game, I know, man. Like, we all didn't have this game on our Xbox 360, and we didn't at least attempt to beat the game at least once. I did. Can we get back to the project now, please? So once I realized I was making very small progress, I started gaining my confidence again, and I started on the next shot. Then I ran into a serious problem. So remember when I said I prepared all my Blender shots in separate files? Well, I didn't realize where I had them saved. So apparently when you save files in a temp folder, since temp stands for temporary, they don't stay there very long, and you probably know exactly what I'm about to say next. I didn't notice the issue until I noticed I couldn't open my other shots, so this broke me down pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like, no way. That was literally 2 weeks of progress gone. I was frustrated. I said, you know what? I'm stepping away from the computer, and then I took the rest of the month off to collect my thoughts. Yeah, taking the rest of that month was the biggest mistake of my life. But hey, lessons, am I right? Okay, I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna be organized. I'm gonna use one save file and use it to make all my other shots because I'm on borrowed time, but that's okay. I have my characters and animations. I'm just gonna add my textures, clothing, and take one shot at a freaking time. Every shot that renders, I'm gonna composite, and I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna leave it alone. The only problem is, there's only so much detail you can add, and there's so much a laptop can handle, and the more stuff I do, the slower my laptop runs. The slower my laptop, the slower the render. Mind you, some of these shots took at least a week to render. That's not a good thing at all. And that doesn't include, the 20 times a shot where Blender would crash and I wouldn't notice until either I woke up in the morning or after I got home from my 8-hour shift at McDonald's. After that, it's play catch up after that. But we'll take this rusty computer, we'll fire away and we'll blast right out of here. We'll take what we've got, we'll rise to the top and leave behind. When we get to the Kaioken shot, it's literally smoke simulation and fiery aura simulation. Or at least that's how it is in the show. That's literally all it is. Pretty easy. Other than that, it's just manipulating the choreography animations, making sure some punches connect, make sure some punches are blocked, some are dodged. Probably one of my favorite parts of the project as well. When you bring it all together, you'd be surprised how the results turn out. So with all that, I finished only 4 shots.
You what?
So 2 months in, still working non-stop. A majority of these shots are straightforward. I've developed a way to get myself caught up. It's just copy and pasting certain things. Add effects, simulations, render, repeat. Add effects, simulation, render, repeat. Hope and pray it doesn't take a week to render. Now I'm at the point where I need to be near the end. I still have to add sound designs, I still have the YouTube video, and I have to finish rendering other shots. Leads me to desperate measures I hate doing, taking teeny tiny shortcuts to speed up my render times. That includes skipping the bruises and scratches and blood the characters were supposed to have. Otherwise, I might as well shut it all down and push the project another 5 months. And I don't know how I'm gonna explain the other shots without spoiling the ending. We'll talk about the beam struggle. So 3 years ago, I made the beam struggle using After Effects, and it turned out pretty good. You know, I couldn't complain. It looked pretty good, to my knowledge. This time, I'm doing it in Blender, which means it'll be fully 3D, blah blah blah, you know, the full 9 yards. I got my inspiration from Godzilla movies. A monster shoots a particle beam from his mouth, and every time I see it, I think about Dragon Ball. I don't know why, I just do. So I had that as my reference for creating the Kamehameha and the Gallic Gun. And yeah, this is how it looks. Not too bad. Alright, this is it. We're at the home stretch. Right now I'm compositing, trying to avoid crashes and glitches that can corrupt my files, and now I'm just back at the overwhelming stage of trying to get everything just right. I don't know, something about the video just doesn't satisfy me. You know how when you have an idea in your head and you bring it to life, it makes a lot more sense in your head. The idea becomes way cooler in your head, and you wish you had done more? That's how I'm feeling right now. But I'm not gonna let this stage get the better of me, because I didn't sacrifice 5 months of free time working on this project just to have second thoughts. I'm pushing myself past my limits and learning new things every video. All I can do is finish with the time I have left. After 7 months of editing and suffering, we did it. We did it. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you guys for your patience. I appreciate it. Thank God for all of you guys. You guys have been supporting me for all this time. I want to give a huge shout out to the DMG team. Great group of guys. They're very supportive. They're funny. They do a lot of cinematography. They also reacted to this video, and they loved it. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I don't think I'll be doing animations for a while. I think I'm gonna take a good break because of how long it took me to work on this video. It took a lot of sweat and tears and free time. I said I would get this project done by my birthday. It's currently July 1st. My birthday was June 20th. Yeah, it was that bad. But again, I appreciate you guys for your support. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram. We're going to go back to live streaming pretty soon, so make sure you guys are around for that. We're going to have a blast. But with that being said, it's time for the moment of truth. If all the time spent in my room working on this video, was it worth it? Only one way to find out. So, enjoy the final video.
Interesting. Of all the places on your planet, you chose this as your grave site. You should feel lucky. Not every low-class warrior gets the chance to spar with a super elite like myself. Now let me show you a wall you will never have the ability to scale through effort alone. My noble blood spilled by the sheer luck of such trash? Try to dodge this if you can! You might manage to save yourself, but your precious Earth is doomed!
Something beyond my strength limit. It's only thanks to how much we pushed each other that I've even reached this point. I owe you a lot.
As it will